All right, thank you all for joining. So tonight we wanted to chat about goal setting. And Hillary is going to start off by talking a little bit about the broad ways to set goals.
Hi guys, thanks for being on the call. I'm so happy to see everyone. So there's all kind of goals that we have, in life for ourselves. And I think I'm just going to kind of approach this by talking about myself because I don't know how you set goals, but there's specific ways that I set goals and specific categories in my life. I think that I always have goals. They're ongoing goals. If I don't reach my goal, then I try again until I do. So I guess I would say kind of my health goals are probably the first way that I really started setting goals. And those were kind of things that were non-negotiable for me. And this has been going on for years. So those non-negotiable things for me with my health goals are keeping my weight at a certain level, working out at least 6 times a week, just knowing that I'm not going to let it get out of control. I'm not going to let like life get me so to the point where eating gets out of control or I'm dumping on my health and not kind of staying true to myself. So when I think about goals, I don't think about anyone else. I think about like how not reaching my goals are going to make me feel and how I can find an hour a day to commit to myself, because if I don't do that, who's going to do it? I'm only as important as I make myself. I'm the most important person to me. If I don't take care of me, then no one else is going to be able to do it. So, if you want to think about your health goals and if you have those kinds of goals and moving into 2019, if your goals are to, you know, lose weight or to remain, the weight that you are now, or to just get more active, to be more fit with your kids, to be more fit with your spouse or just for yourself, to eat healthier, to do more cardio, because it's not just a vanity thing. It's like a matter of, something that we need to do to keep ourselves mentally happy and keep our bodies happy. So those are kind of probably the first place that I started really noticing, if I think back to where I was setting goals and making myself a priority, which is, I know, very hard for people to do. But for myself, I know that I'm not going to be a good mom to my young children if I'm not fit and able to participate in all kinds of sports with them. I'm not going to be a good wife. I'm not going to be a good daughter or a good friend, because I'm unhappy if I don't look good in my own eyes. Like if I don't, you know, do things the way that I want to do them, and if I don't take care of myself. So I think that kind of just bled over into plexus. I already had a mindset of being an achiever, of never giving up, of being someone that decides that they're going to do something, and even if it gets hard or, you know, the moment that I decide to do it, if I don't still feel that way, I still have that kind of mindset of, you committed to this, Hillary, and this is what you said you were going to do, so I do what I say I'm going to do. So like I said, that carries over into plexus for me. There's not a month that's going to end without me hitting Consistency 700 Club. I don't care if it's the last hour of the last day of the month, I'm going to make it happen, because I can't live with myself if I don't. And that's how important this is to me. So I dig deep, guys. Like, it's not always easy every month. Sometimes I have to dig people out of the gutter, but I do it. There's not a month that's gone by where I don't hit Consistency 700 Club. Why? Because I'd rather die than lose. And that's like, that truly is my mentality in life. If I set a goal for myself and I don't achieve it, I've let myself down. I don't care about what anyone else thinks. I hold myself to a super high standard, probably a higher standard than many people would hold me to. But I'm very, very competitive, with myself. And I think that's what month after month kind of keeps me going and keeps me being successful at this. So I always say to myself, the minimum that's going to happen here for me is going silver, because I know that if I go silver every month, I mean, I aim for more, but if at least I go silver every month, and that's adding 3 new ambassadors in the welcome pack, I have 3 new people that I can hopefully help, change their health, grow their health, introduce to the business, which is an incredible business with an incredible compensation plan. But it's not easy, guys. And if you fail to prepare, you're going to fail. And I think Alexis is going to go into some ways that we can prepare to meet our goals with Plexus. But, I'm personally looking at a new year coming before me, and my goals last year, I met my personal goals. I met my goals to be the top, the earner for convention. I earned that $2,000 check. I met the shopping spree goal for Leaders Retreat. I met the Consistency 700 goal to be on the stage and earn the $950 cash, last year. There's not a contest that you're going to put out there that I'm not going to earn. Why? Because, like I said, I'll die before I won't reach my goals. So I think it just comes with like holding yourself to a high standard and just preparing. And the ways that I prepare, I think, are just being extremely social and just being real. And I think that people join me because I pick a pony and I stick to it. And you're not going to go to my Facebook page and see that I haven't posted about Plexus. Maybe 1 or 2 days I don't because I posted too much. But my Facebook page tells a story. And the story is how the products have changed my life, how the products have changed the lives of others that have started them with me, and how I don't have to go to work every day because this Plexus business brings in enough money for me so that it's like a full-time job. So if you have goals with Plexus going into 2019, and hopefully you do, hopefully that's why you're on this call, Alexis is going to maybe give you a few new tidbits that are probably the old tidbits as to how you can help achieve, some of those goals. But if you're starting off a new month and you're just floundering and you don't have goals, there's no map, no path telling you where you're going. So I think that we really just wanted to discuss the importance of setting a map and a path for yourself. And if you're halfway through the month and you're not achieving your goals, you've got to adjust what you're doing. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited to see what that announcement is going to be on Tuesday, because I think it's going to be huge for our business. And personally, this weight loss challenge has been amazing for me. I have not signed one person that's done it that has not lost weight. It has given me such a renewed faith in everything that I'm doing and a renewed excitement, because 2019, I am going forward with helping people lose weight. It's what a ton of people want. So anyways, I'm just rambling on, but I think the bottom line is that you got to hold yourself accountable. No one's going to hold your hand. No one holds my hand. I wake up every day and say, this is what I need to do. And these are the goals that I've set for myself. And what am I going to do to reach those? I'm going to take the steps to do it. So I'm going to shut up now. Bye. Go ahead.
No, I think it was helpful. And you kind of touched on, how you decided you're going to set your goals. And some of that is just, you want to be the top prize earner in contests and things like that, and how you've set your health goals. So, everybody can be at a different part. I mean, my goal is not to be the top contest earner. My goal might be something different. So, it's about what is right for you and your goals and where you're at in your health journey, your business, anything. So one of the best books I have ever read in self-development is The Slight Edge. And if you have not read The Slight Edge, I encourage you. It's not like a network marketing book. It's just a life book. And the whole premise behind it is about how all these small, consistent actions over time give you the slight edge, and they work for you or they work against you. So let's take health, for instance. Maybe if you at the end of every day eat I don't know, some chips and some candy. On that one day, Kim, I can't remember who the author is, but I will get it after this. Jeff, somebody. And let's say, every day you do that. Well, that day, if you just have a handful of chips and a handful of chocolate before bedtime, it's not going to do anything, right? So that day it's going to be, whatever. But if you do that consistently over time, you know that that's going to add to your waistline, and it's going to lead to poor results. Conversely, you also know that if you, Hillary's working out is a great example. If you are consistently working out, let's say all you can commit to is 15 minutes a day, that's 15 minutes a day that over time adds up, and you'll see change. Your business is no different. So this is where, the last training call we talked about just do something every day, even if it's not as much as you want to do, or as long as you want to do, or everything you want to do. I guarantee if you take 15 minutes of action consistently every day, it will get you results. It will help you meet goals. So that's the first part of reaching any goal is consistent activity, getting you towards that goal. So it's not enough to be like, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds this month. And then it's, 29 days in and I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to eat for 24 hours. Like, it doesn't work. You'll fail and you won't reach it. And it's just not, you're not going to have success and you're just going to repeat this bad habit. So that's one of the things that I really like to do with goals. So we are coming up on a new year. Yes, Jeff Olson, Elizabeth, you're correct. Thank you. Is the author of The Slight Edge, Jeff Olson. So we're coming up on a new year. Lots of people make New Year's resolutions. And one of the reasons that they fail is people don't stick with them and they don't plan on how to stick with them. So let's use the weight loss analogy, for example. If you just say, I want to lose 15 pounds, but you don't have a plan to get there, you're probably not going to get there, quite frankly. If you want to set a business goal to get to your next rank, if I want to get to Ruby, and I'm just like, I'm going to get to Ruby in 2019. And that's it, and I don't have plans to get there, then I'm not probably going to get there because I don't know what I need to do. It's just like this big thing in my mind. But, one of the great ways to set for rank advancements, we're talking about it from a business standpoint. Let's say you want to talk about how to get to your next rank advancement. And Ruby, for instance, is the next one for me. It's 500 points. If I start to break down by month or by quarter, I would probably do I would take a yearly goal, I would break that down by quarter, then break it down by month. I start to see how many points do I need to get each month. Then I need to break down how many people do I need to get those points every month. How many people need to come into the organization? How many people need to stay in the organization? And then you break it down even further of what activity do I need to get me there. So if I need 10 people to order again every single month to make it, what activity am I going to take to make sure those 10 people every month are staying with me? I'm going to make sure that they're trying new products. I'm going to make sure that I'm helping them with any issues they maybe have. I'm going to be an accountability partner. Sometimes, especially I've noticed when people are with Plexus for a while, they slack on taking their products regularly. And then they start to notice things aren't going so well anymore. But what specific activity are you going to take to help you meet the goal? That is the key. So let's say Consistency 700 Club is 3 new preferred customers and 3 ambassadors. So it's not just enough to say that's what I'm going to hit this month. I break things down like that. I have a whiteboard that's over on this wall. I've got all kinds of stuff on it. But I break down, okay, this is my monthly goal. This is what it looks like every week. This is what I need to get. Now, if I don't hit it every week because, it might be I need to get this amount of PV and I need to add 1 ambassador and 1 preferred customer. It doesn't mean that I'm, going to get it that week for sure. But then what I have to do is I have to add it to the next week. So now you just see the cumulative effect of I got to really hustle because I didn't get to 500 PV last week. And that's where I needed to be to stay on track for my goal. So do you see how it starts to really frame up for you where you're at and what you need to do so that at the end of the month, when you've tried to reach that goal, you're not surprised at where you're at. You don't want to be surprised at where you're at. You don't want to be surprised saying, I'm never going to make it. How am I going to make it happen? You either want to arrive knowing I had to readjust, maybe something happened, my mom got sick, something, out of my control, or you're almost there because you've been working on it consistently. So that's the biggest thing I can say is take these goals, whatever they are, break them down into chunks, and then be very specific about what action is going to get you there. How many people are you reaching out to every day? What kind of food are you going to prep for the week? If it's a health goal, how many times a week are you going to work out? And then I think Hillary said something that she didn't really dwell on, but I think it's a really defining point to any of this. And if any of you have read Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis or watched what she's doing with this last 90-day challenge, the biggest thing she talks about is not quitting on yourself. And it's not enough to, you can't let yourself off the hook. You can give yourself grace when things don't go the way you want them to, or you've had a really bad day and you just didn't get anything done. But you can't let that happen for 30 days. You can't let that happen for a few months. You've got to commit to yourself that you're worth reaching those goals, you're worth setting time and prioritizing. And those are the things that you really are going to have see change in. So that's what I had about that part. I encourage anyone to work with their uplines, their sidelines, their partner, whoever, to help you set those goals and hold you accountable. I mean, we're here. You may not know how to set a goal, or you may not know, I have this goal, but I don't know how to break it down. Like, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other. So, you know, reach out, ask for help, throw it out there. Sometimes I know, like the race that I ran for the 5K, I needed to put it out there on Facebook and be accountable. And I needed I needed to know that a lot of people knew I was going for that, because then I would be less likely to, you know, slack on it. And I also made the commitment to myself, and there was like literally nothing that was going to stop me from reaching that goal, even if it took 6 months. So anyway, that is what we have for the training. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.